All right. So, what we want to do today is just share your story about how far you've come from using this spinal decompression table to resolve the back and hip issues that you've been having. So, what I'd love for you to share is before you started coming here, what was life like? What was your pain
I was
and how was it affecting your life?
I was in a lot of pain, and because of that pain, I could not sleep at night. Had very little sleep. The pain was so bad that I was crying a lot about it. I came in here crying about it.
I remember.
So yeah. So you suggested.
And tell me a bit before you go moving forward, like where were you feeling the pain?
It was like running down my back, down my right leg. That was where the main pain was. So yes.
And apart from affecting your sleep, what else was it affecting from day-to-day life? Like, because I remember you saying like it made it very difficult to go up and down the stairs in your house.
Right, up and down stairs. I mean, I couldn't walk like I used to. I used to put in a lot of steps walking, and none of that. I couldn't do any of it because of the pain. It just came on so suddenly, and I just not sure what happened. But yeah, it was awful.
And then there was obviously a concern as well that possibly there was something going on with your hip itself.
Right, the hip. Yes.
Which we had x-rays and it showed that your hip really wasn't a problem.
Nope.
But it was coming from your lower back.
Right. That's right.
And so then we saw you and we chatted about the spinal decompression table. And then tell me about the process of being on the table. What did it feel like? Was all that kind of stuff?
At first, I was very skeptical of the whole thing because I wasn't sure how it was going to work. But at first, it was a bit uncomfortable for me because it was hard for me to lay on my back for that length of time.
Yeah, being 30 minutes for
Yes,
those who don't know.
yes, for 30 minutes and just being straight on my back, it kind of bothered me. But as time went on and after different sessions, I can't even remember how many sessions, all of a sudden it started to get better all the time.
And the one thing with you in particular that I remember, because most people, they'll start to feel a difference around almost the 15-ish visit mark.
Mm-hmm.
But you started noticing some slight improvements before then. I think it was maybe about the 6th or 7th visit. You were already starting to notice some things.
Yeah, I think everybody noticed the difference for me.
As far as at home, you mean?
At home and here, I'd come in, actually, I had a smile on my face instead of, being, upset and crying, and, it was quite a difference.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then one huge thing that I remember that was big, because before, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know with regard to sleep and how bad it was, like you were barely sleeping more than 30 minutes at a time before being woken up.
Right.
And I remember the first day when I asked you, like, how was your sleep? And you said, I slept 5 hours.
Right.
Straight.
Right.
Which is like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
See, before when I was sleeping, when I woke up every 30 minutes, my back was so locked up that I'd have to get up and walk around until it kind of got that kink out of my back, and then I could go back to sleep, and then it would continue on during the night, the same thing. But now, I can sleep 5 hours at a time, which is really good.
That's fantastic.
Very good for me.
So being at the start, skeptical and worried, like, how's this going to work? Is it going to work? And it's not cheap to go. What made you decide to go forward with it?
The fact that, it was worth a try because of the fact that I was in so much pain.
Yeah.
I just, I needed to get rid of the pain, and, I know it was expensive. I had to really, really think about spending that amount of money, but it was all good in the end.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
And so now you're finished your 25 sessions. There's still some healing occurring, even though the table sessions are finished. And we're continuing on with chiropractic care to keep improving that alignment of your spine. But you've come a ridiculously long way, which is exciting, smiling every time. To somebody who's in the kind of same position as you were, who's also, probably skeptical, nervous, wondering about what to to expect? Like, what would you tell that person who's in that kind of position?
Basically, to come in and talk to you, and listen to what you have to say, and make a decision as to whether it's what's best for them.
Awesome. Yeah, I wasn't scary to talk to about this.
No.
All right. And the main thing too, like whenever anybody comes in, the main objective is, one, to find out what's going on, and then provide you with options. Like, there was no time that you would have felt pressured that I'm telling you, like, you need to get on this table or else I'm not going to see you, or anything like that.
There was no pressure.
The objective is purely to give you some options to consider.
Right.
And then, if just as if you were my mom, like, what would I do or recommend? But ultimately, it's your choice.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, I was at my doctor's yesterday, and I told her about how well my back is now, and that we're not in any pain. So she asked for your name, and
Look at that.
yeah,
Fantastic.
so I recommended you.
Thanks. Well, that's awesome news. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for taking the time to share all this stuff with us.
thank you.